White culture superior to black culture in every single goddamn way. When you hear black people say white people don't have any culture, what they're really trying to say is black culture is superior to ours. So let me get this straight. You think mumble rap, skinny jeans, twerking, obnoxious women, friendly fire, and welfare is superior to getting educated, making breakthroughs in science, technology, and medicine, spending a lifetime mastering your craft, and then building civilizations? What the fuck is wrong with your motherfucking brains, yo?
Seriously, I'm gonna keep saying this until I die. American culture is black American culture. It just gets filtered out and watered down and whitewashed until they can give credit to a white guy.
So much of what we love comes from black culture, and white people need to show up for black people the way they show up to be entertained by black culture.
So why does black culture lead global culture? Black people say they want our rhythm, but not our blues. But a mentor once told me that your pain becomes your power. So maybe y'all have got rhythm because you've had your blues.
Black people are the cool. They
make things cool.
They're the culture drivers of America without
Cultural
question.
Filter.
But you don't date Spanish guys at all?
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I like dark complexion.
Black culture is American culture. As an Indian man that was born and raised in America, I'm telling you right now, every aspect of American culture, sports, fashion, art, music, all of it, it's all black culture. Black culture is American culture.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel Denga Reaction once again. Today, we are talking about a topic that has sparked a lot of debate online. Some people have claimed that white culture is superior to black culture. That statement has led to a strong reaction, with many people urging that black American culture has played a major role in shaping not only United States, but also cultures around the world. In this video, we'll look at the history, the culture contribution, the importance of education through HBCUs, and the ongoing conversation about racism, identity, and personal responsibility. This is a discussion about different viewpoints and why this topic continues to generate so much attention. Make sure you watch till the end. And if it's your very first time coming across any of my video, remember to like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notification so that you can never miss out on the next discussion. Remember to watch till the end, and I'll be back with more comments.
A hip-hop song as the background music in your anti-black culture video, right? You fucking moron. Anyway, let me tell you something from a position of actual lived experience, because clearly you're hiding in some little white town in the middle of nowhere cowering in fear of black people. I've lived in literally the whitest major city in all of America, and I currently live in one of the blackest major cities in all of America, and the neighborhood I live in is quite literally like a 50-50 split, white and black. It would be your worst nightmare, apparently. Now that that's been established, let me say this very clearly. Black culture, so much better than white culture. It's not even fucking close. And no shade to Portland. Portland's a beautiful city, but Atlanta is just different. It feels alive. It's got vibrance. White culture is just like a fucking hospital bed flatline by comparison. It's the reason why pop culture is so dominated by black culture. It's because it's popular, hence the word pop. And here's the other thing. I have been the only white person in a room full of black people so many times in Atlanta, Georgia, and you know how many times the black people in those rooms have made me feel uncomfortable for being white? 0 fucking times. Find me a black person who's never felt threatened by a room full of white people. I'll wait. On this narrative of like, oh, white people have only created great things and black people have only destroyed them. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Go read a book besides Mein Kampf, you piece of shit. Anyway, fuck you.
We are the only people that came to America that became Americans because we had to completely recreate ourselves. And it's a fascinating history. We did that mostly with song. And it's one of the reasons that we still dominate. No matter what else it is, the black American sound dominates. Everybody wants to sound like us. They don't want to look like us most of the time, but they want to sound like us.
Well, I think secretly, as people tan, they do want to look like us.
Well, you know, you may have a point there.
Right?
Yeah.
They definitely want to dress like us.
Oh, definitely.
And they speak like us.
Yeah.
You know, you've been able to impact a lot of the younger generation, especially in this hip hop culture.
Oh, yeah.
You know, your name right now is revered, you know, and some of the greatest artists on this planet today like a Kanye West, even mentioned you in songs.
If no one's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it, bro. Fuck it. There's something about black people, this superior, sublime. They just got it all, bro. Athleticism, soul, finesse, rhythm. Like, it's the OP race. Think about it. Y'all melanated folk, like, I know I'm glazing, but I kiss you on your forehead. I look up to you. God bless you all.
Why do you think we don't hear about black folks making pacts with higher forces the way we hear about them making pacts with higher forces?
Because some of the higher forces that they making pacts with are actually so-called black. It's kind of like the same concept when you watch the movie not Leave the World Behind, but They Clone Tyrone. Yeah, they would have the light-skinned beings that was out here doing all the alchemy and messing up the chicken and shit. But when you go at the end of the movie, it was a black man that was controlling everything. So the same thing actually translates in our reality in real time.
Same thing.
Because you know, when you get to the inception of time, you know, you don't get the recessive from the dominant, you get the dominant from the recessive. I mean, you don't get the recessive from the dominant, you get the dominant from the recessive. So that means that it was a dominant gene here before you. So there was black Canaanites that was here on the planet first,
right?
Before you had white Canaanites. So that's who they basically asking to. You know what I'm saying? They getting all their demands and things of that nature. They getting it all from higher forces who are shapeshifters. In fact, Norman Burgum, he speaks about these black beings on his book in The Ringmakers of Saturn. And
that's
also
that's them.
They're Saturnians. You know what I'm saying? And they also talking about how they use they use like ice crystals in order to shapeshift, which is a form of liquid crystal technology.
Right.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, you know, they make pacts with higher covenants with other entities.
What is it about us that makes these black Canaanites so jealous?
Seriously, I'm going to keep saying this until I die. American culture is Black American culture. It just gets filtered out and watered down and whitewashed until they can give credit to a white guy. Jazz, country, rock and roll, rap, all Black American creation. And then you want to move to the protest side. Bro, not only did Black Lives Matter spark actual other things like Asian Lives Matter and Queer Lives Matter and Trans Lives Matter, but on the flip side, when racist assholes were trying to say, well, Blue Lives Matter, through humanity, what happened is it translated into less of a sarcastic thing and more into a genuine, like, support your nurses and firefighters and EMTs. So even the people who might be the most discriminatory, they got to think of Black American for their own fucking views.
Black women created modern Western culture. In Western culture, Black women's innovations are often treated as public domain, like Wikipedia. It's absorbed into mainstream media and spit out into dollars and cents until the original source is either forgotten or refined by other people for profit. So it's always been fuck ICE. As a former undocumented immigrant, I still do remember the original people that have been abused by police for over 100 years. So both things are true during this time. Some of my earliest memories feeling confident in my life were from Black women. So I did want to just take a moment and thank Black people for their efforts, specifically during this month. And in this video, Black women, thank you.
Black people are the cool. They
make things cool.
They're the culture drivers of America without
Cultural
question.
filters,
In
for
some
sure.
ways, I guess that's, you know, maybe ancient Greece. What's democracy if not the original hip hop? How everything filtered out from that. Kind of, you know, the same way.
Love it when you call me Big Son.
The same way music's been taking from Black people forever. Everyone's kind of been taking our shit between philosophy and democracy.
But you don't date Spanish guys at all.
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I guess I like first, I like dark complexion, and it seemed like every dark guy that I ever like, they're African American or Jamaican. I don't even like people I think that like is my race, just because I like to date people that are different from me. Like I like to date people that are not like me. I like their culture. I already know my culture, so I want something new to me.
So why does black culture lead global culture? Black people say they want our rhythm, but not our blues. But a mentor once told me that your pain becomes your power. So maybe y'all have got rhythm because you've had your blues. Born from chains and pain, rhythm came from struggle. It's not just style, it's survival. The world moves with it because it feels true. And in Korea, we know that kind of pain too. We were colonized, invaded, divided. The Japanese, for example, took our land, our names, our voices, even our daughters. They turned them into sex slaves for their soldiers. Generations carried that shame in silence until that silence learned to sing. It became K-pop. Trauma turned into triumph. A nation healing through harmony. Hip-hop, K-pop, different stories, same truth. Pain gives birth to power. Suffering to sound. Without the blues, there is no rhythm.
The reason I say white Americans have no culture is because most of the things that have become associated with white people were black inventions. White people love vanilla, but did you know that vanilla was actually invented by an enslaved black teenager who was 14 years old? His name was Edmund Albius. He's the person who made vanilla a mass-produced product because he figured out how to rapidly pollinate these plants. Or number two, if you've ever heard of techno music, that was actually invented by black people in Detroit in the 80s, which now has become synonymous with a lot of white people in the US or white Europeans, when actually in reality this was purely the creation of a black person and black people. Or number three, the thing that I think of a lot is how white people have co-opted barbecue. Specifically in California, where I grew up, you will see a lot of barbecue joints that were actually white people's recipes that they stole from black people. It's very much a ripoff of the common Southern home cooking, which, you know, came out of the American South, both during slavery and during the Reconstruction era. So yes, white people don't have any culture, we steal it. And that has historically been the case, and that is why white people are so angry. You know any other inventions created by black people but stolen by white people? Drop them in the comments. Okay, bye!
Black culture is American culture. As an Indian man that was born and raised in America, I'm telling you right now, every aspect of American culture, sports, fashion, art, music, all of it, it's all black culture. Black culture is American culture. This superior race bullshit that's being spewed right now, that's what it is. It's just bullshit. Because if you take away your money, you take away your business, you take away your influence, it all collapses. The American economy will collapse without you. Some of the single most greatest inventions that were created in America were by black people. I'm just tired of this like narrative that like, oh, people are too ghetto. Oh, people are this and people are that. You'd be nothing without them. You'd be nothing without them. And this isn't just for like my black friends. This is like for all minorities. They would be nothing without you. And another thing, stop supporting these corporations that literally disrespect you on a daily basis.
There's a very big difference between African Americans and black people worldwide. Like African Americans are responsible for so much of the culture, music, comedy. There's like so much of an impact that African Americans have had on the world. Think about just hip hop music. Right? So hip hop music doesn't even exist until I was in middle school.
Like late 70s?
Yeah. So I was in middle school. I went to high school in 81. And when was Sugar Hill Gang's hip hop, hibbity the hibbity hip hop? What was that song called? Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
So that song came out when I think I was 13. I think I was in middle.
1979 is when it.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
year they formed.
That makes sense. So when I was when we first moved to Boston, my family didn't have much money. We lived in a place called Jamaica Plain.
Black people have superpowers. Let me tell you why. Think about it, yeah. If life is a game, then being black is like the highest level, like your game, like the player of the game, like the highest form of the creation of the hilly-pillification. Like it just, if you think about it, yeah, being black, yeah, in any industry, whether it's rapping, football, being an athlete, influencing, modeling, whatever it is, they're just winning. They take everyone's gal. They got beautiful skin. They can eat anything, and like it's their genes. It's their DNA. Like they're just winning. I just like, it's not fair, but like it's fair because it makes sense. Like if reincarnation is real, I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be like, yo, this time I want to be black. Like when I incarnate again, like I want to feel what it feels like. Get me, like, bro, I can't lie.
Is it racist to point out the fact that rap music has become probably one of the most atrocious creative contributions to humanity like ever? Now, before you come at me, all right, I'm not saying that if all you do is listen to rap music that you're dumb, but you know, I am thinking that. I mean, it gets touted as like this art form, right? But it literally oscillates around the most rudimentary poetic device in the English language, I mean, this rhyming, which is what we use in nursery rhymes, what we use to teach 2-year-olds how to shit without missing the pot. I mean, it showed some promise up until like the mid-90s, I guess, maybe the early 2000s, but ever since then, it's like clown music. I mean, I've grown up with people that listen to nothing but rap music, and I swear their IQ is at least 15 points lower than it ought to be. I mean, it just demonstrates an obvious aversion to emotional depth, right? Like, I would encourage anybody that listens to an overabundant amount of rap music to just go 2 weeks. Just go 2 weeks without listening. Listen to anything else. Listen to The Cure. Listen to, Pet Shop Boys. Listen to Nirvana. Listen to Enya, for crying out. Listen to anything else and see how much better you feel.
Why do so many white people get on podcasts, get on TikTok, and talk about how their children don't bathe or how they don't bathe? I feel like there's something to discuss here about whiteness and how it is viewed as clean and pure and better and primary and default. And really, the history goes to show that white people have always been disgusting. Indigenous people, African people, they were bathing, and they many of them noted that the first sign of Europeans was their stench, that they were just putrid. And I do think a lot of the reason why people of color in America are so clean, smell so good, have to have their hair done, have to have their makeup done, is because of upward mobility, because the standard for them is so much higher than it is for white people. Like, white women can just walk into Target with a messy bun and sweatpants, and it's like, oh, look at her, like, she could be a multi-millionaire, her husband could be an entrepreneur, yet a black woman is not afforded that same luxury. So I really feel like white women are just rubbing that level of privilege in when they go on podcasts or come on TikTok and talk about how their kids don't bathe. Like, that is disgusting. I'm sorry. I grew up taking a bath every single night. My parents brushed my hair every single night, brushed my hair every single morning. It wasn't that big of a deal. When I got older, I was given deodorant and face wash, and that, like, I have actually been showering twice a day, often, like, especially in the summer, morning and night showers, especially if I'm pregnant. Sometimes I would shower 3 times a day. Like, wash yourself. My sons do not go to bed unless they're clean. I don't want their dirty bodies in their bed, and then every time they get into bed, it's dirty from the day. That's just my own opinion, but I do think that the larger discussion here about whiteness and why white people love to bring it up, love to talk about it. It's like they know somewhere that they are given the power to not have to bathe their kids and still be given so many privileges.
I don't mean to say this to be disrespectful, and maybe some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, I have this theory that, what if black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know, I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, And I've seen some black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know, I just feel like I feel like this, I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb, or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but you know, it's just something I was thinking about.
Time is up for trashy Black culture. We are no longer going to sit around while a certain subsection of the community degrades our community, destroy our ancestors' legacy, and our children's future. And yes, YNs, BMs, and the ratchets, I am talking to you. And calling us names to silence the truth, it's not going to work anymore. You guys think that you're going to continue to disrespect our culture, push dysfunction, and distort what it is to be Black? I think not. It's dead. And the victim mentality and blaming white people, yeah, that's also dead. We are no longer going to define Black culture by celebrity worship, degrading music, baby mama culture, chaos, and materialism. That is dead as well. Actually, you guys are losers. We are in the era of accountability, and if you're not uplifting the culture or providing something beneficial or, you know, raising the consciousness of the community, you are dead weight. The community is done protecting dysfunction and criminals. Honestly, we just don't want to be associated with it anymore. And for all of you so-called Black leaders, celebrities, and influencers that push this dysfunction knowingly to enrich yourselves, you guys are the biggest losers of all. Quite frankly, you're disgusting. The degradation and the weaponization of Black culture is dead. And I'm going to continue to speak up about it until I see a difference in our culture.
You know, I'll never forget the day a white buddy of mine said Black people don't deserve equality because they could never get enough. And that's true. White people are actually scared of equality. That's just how racist we are as a people. And it's not just that one person. White culture in general. Probably I would say most white people, when they hear the word equality, they fear that white people will be oppressed because brown, Black, and indigenous people might actually get what's fair and just. That's just how racist we are. And we're so obsessed with the idea of not having equality in America for Black, brown, and indigenous people that we don't have health care, that we don't have economic equality. We don't have reasonable gun laws. Our liberties are being stripped because we have a fascist, racist, white supremacist regime in office because we are so scared of equality. We're so scared that Black and brown folks might become the majority one day. That we had a Black president, and now we've got to have a white supremacist president. That's how scared we are of equality. That's how racist we are as a people. Go to the fucking root. The root of America's problems. The root of the white man and the white woman, their problems, and America and the world. If you think about it, colonialization, white supremacy, the mentality of white people today, not just yesterday, today, right now, the denial, racially, the silence, the apathy, the continuous gaslighting, all that fucking shit, that's ruined us. It's ruined white people, and it's ruining our nation. And whose fault is it? White people's fault. Their inability to fucking fix their goddamn problem. Until we fix white supremacy, everything we try will fail. It's dysfunctional and it's toxic, and Trump and this regime is the perfect proof of all that shit. How we got in this fucking mess? White people's bullshit. White people's racist fucking bullshit. Period.
I just wonder, why do Black singers sing so much better than white singers?
It's called seasoning, bitch. See, on the 7th day, God may have rested, but they didn't tell you on the 8th day that he rose again. He put all the uncooked people in a pot of hot grease, sprinkled on some Lorry seasoning, and after that he drained us, smacked our backs. And will always lose That's where that voice came from, okay? That's why there's 8 counts in music, because he woke up on the 8th day. That is why we sound so good, baby. Look at my cabinet, bitch.
White people, pay attention because this might affect you. And if your kid comes home wearing a shirt with a college or university you've never heard of on their chest, it's most likely an HBCU. Now, HBCU stands for Historically Black College and University. And to be one of these 100 schools, you had to exist prior to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and your primary student body was Black Americans and other people of color. So why am I telling you all this? Ann and I have been to around 20 campuses in the last 5 months, and I'm here to tell you from what we see, the HBCU culture and community is about to become a full-blown American phenomenon. I mean, as we speak, the iconic film director Tyler Perry is working on a movie called The 6888 about Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams Early of Wilberforce University, who went on to revolutionize the Army mail system in World War II. And if I'm not mistaken, Blair Underwood of LA Law TV show is writing a Broadway play about the same woman. I mean, maybe you might have heard Spike Lee and Samuel L. Jackson went to these universities, Oprah, or that Vice President Kamala Harris was touring campus this fall. I don't know. Maybe you saw a video somewhere talking about how some of these schools have been screwed out of over $10 billion by state governments. These colleges and universities are about so much more than what you may just see in the media. I promise you. Listen, these campuses are historical, cultural, and educational phenomenons. I'm 52 years old. I've never seen anything in education quite like I do at an HBCU. The way they foster this environment of self-identity, of inclusivity, of belonging, and the importance of an education, not just the books, right? It's more about the network, the brotherhood and sisterhood you make, the connections, the sense of camaraderie and family. Because these graduates, they go out into the world and they build companies, they build communities, and they build families all over the world. And these schools have been around a really long time. Cheyney University in Pennsylvania was founded on February 25th, 1837, almost 200 years ago. And these schools have put out so many amazing graduates that have impacted all of our lives. And I'll give you one example. You would not be able to watch me on this cell phone right now if it was not for Tennessee State University alumni Jesse Eugene Russell, the man who gave us the digital wireless networks. I bet you didn't know Sam Walton's niece, Ann Walton, who owns like a bajillion pro sports teams, is an HBCU graduate. So when your little Johnny or Karen inevitably comes home wearing an HBCU shirt, take a minute, research the school, teach yourself, and then take that moment to teach your kids about the history of the school, what it's done, what it stands for, so that it's not just a fashion statement. It's something your child can wear with a little bit of knowledge.
So guys, the idea that one culture is natural better than another has always been a conversational topic. Every culture has its own history, tradition, achievement, and influence. Because of that, many people believe it is more helpful to understand and appreciate different cultures instead of ranking them. In the recent years, one discussion that has gained attention is the influence of Black American culture on the United States and the rest of the world. Many people urge that Black Americans have had a major impact on what the world now recognizes as American Black culture. Take music as an example. Genres like jazz, blues, gospel, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, hip-hop, and rap all have deep roots in Black Americans community. This style of music have influenced artists across Europe, Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Today, millions of people around the world enjoy these genres, even if they don't always know where they started. Music is only one part of the story. Black American influence can also be seen in the fashion, sports, entertainment, language, and popular culture. Many clothing styles, hairstyle, dances, slang words, and entertainment trends that comes popular worldwide often begin in the Black communities before spreading to a wider audience. This is one reason this is one reason many people describe Black American as important cultural innovators. Another important topic in this conversation is history. Throughout American history, Black Americans have made significant contribution while facing slavery, segregation, and discrimination. Even during those difficult times, many inventors, scientists, educators, and entrepreneurs, artists, and community leaders continue to create ideas that help improve society. However, supporters of the viewpoints also urge that many of these contributions have not always received the same level of recognition as others. That has led to ongoing discussion about how history is taught and whose story received the most attention. This video also discusses the systematic of racism. This term refers to ways that institutions, policies, or long-standing practices can create unequal opportunity for different groups of people. Many people believe that these historical inequalities affect education, housing, employment, healthcare, and economic opportunities for generations. Despite these challenges, Black community continued building businesses, churches, schools, neighborhoods, and cultural institutes. Many speakers urge that this resilience become one of the greatest strengths of Black American culture. Another important part of the discussion focuses on historically Black colleges and universities, often called HBCUs. These schools were created during a time when many Black students had limited access to a higher education. For generations, HBCUs have educated doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers, scientists, business leaders, military officers, artists, and public officials. Beyond education, they become centers of leaders, culture, and community. Many graduates credit this institute with helping them succeed both professionally and personally. Even today, HBCUs continue to play an important role in a higher education. Then this video also includes conversation about accountability within Black community. Some speakers urge that while racism and inequality have created really challenges, communities must also encourage education, strong families, personal responsibility, and positive role models. According to these viewpoints, protecting culture also means investing in young people, supporting businesses, and respecting education, and creating opportunities for future generations. Many believe that lasting progress requires both addressing outside barriers and strengthening communities from within. This combination of opportunity and responsibility is often discussed as an important path towards long-term success. The discussion also explores to the global influence of Black culture. Around the world, people enjoy Black music, fashion, sports, movies, literature, and art. Professional athletics, musicians, actors, writers, and entrepreneurs have inspired millions of people from different backgrounds. Because of social media and digital technology, this culture influences new travel now influences now travels faster than ever before. Ideas that begin in one community can become worldwide trends within days. At the same time, conversations about race remains complex. People have different opinions based on their personal experiences, education, and belief. Some focuses on celebrating achievements, others focuses on correcting historical misunderstanding. Many believe both conversations are important because understanding history helps people build a better future. Ultimately, culture should not only be measured by popularity. It should also be measured by its ability to inspire creativity, strengthen communities, preserve traditions, and improve people's lives. Every culture has something valuable to contribute. Learning from one another can help build greater respect and understanding. As this conversation continues, many people hope they lead to more honest discussions about history, equality, opportunity, and mutual respect. The goal should not be divided people into opposing groups, but to encourage learning and appreciation for the many contributions different communities have made throughout history. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, share, and the main thing, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so that you can never miss out on the future content. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the influence of Black American culture in the United States and around the world? Remember to share your respectful thoughts in the comment section, and let's keep this conversation thoughtful and constructive. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again.